Have you ever wanted to play a Necromancer build that isn't complete wet toilet paper? Well, in Season 21, you can play the Lod Melee Mancer / Lod Poison Scythe Lod build of your dreams. It's a god tank, basically. It's crazy good for hardcore, really good for softcore, strong leveling, pretty much everything all around. Necromancer has a really god build next season, and I'm really excited to share this with you guys today. So in all the footage, we have 800 Paragon, 100 gem levels, no augments. I can flash my main stat for you. It's like less than 9,000 main stat. They're all ancients, of course, because you need ancients for it to work with Legacy of Dreams anyway. This is a stark contrast to the Corpse Explosion build, where you wait around for these big fireworks and lots of explosions and things like that. You're kind of biding your time and planning out your COE cycle. With this build, you're literally swinging your scythe back and forth. It's really easy to play. What you want to do is just keep up your 5 stack of nairs. So we're using all poison abilities, right? So you just keep up any 5 skills you want, really. I mean, you can mix and match them too if you like other ones. You know, if you prefer certain skills over others and you want to stun on poison cycle to get all that juicy COE damage plus Crispin would be really nice as well. You can kind of turn this into a pseudo speed build, but it's still not going to be as fast for key farming as Lod Mages or Corpse Explosion. It won't be as good as for bounties as the new Necromancer set, Masquerade of the Burning Carnival. You know, it doesn't excel in like the speed farming territory. I guess you're getting the picture there, right? But it does excel in solo pushing and group wave clear. So it's a beast for wave clear, and it's a beast for solo pushing. It's a really amazing build for. I'm honestly shocked how tanky it is. I didn't think it would go live as is. So if you're wondering exactly what changed, you used to have an empty resource tank to get all the damage from it. But since they changed the Haunted Vision Amulet, you're able, the Simulacrums always get the max bonus. So you can actually be at full resource and still do like basically most of your total damage. It's going to be more effective to empty out your tank like old school Melee Mancer used to do. But I think it's more effective for DPS uptime to just constantly swing. You just, anything that's slowing you down, just swinging your scythe, man, just swinging away. Like that's what you basically want to do. That's why I'm going to play it anyway. I'm going to be playing this on hardcore, so this is what I'm going to be doing. As the season progresses, I might tweak certain things about the build. I might change some stuff up, but as of right now, this is what we're rocking. I know it's kind of weird. I have Volition Shoulders. They give you 50% damage reduction, up to 50 if you don't know, when your essence is not full, and then Aquila gives you damage reduction when your essence is full. So technically it would be better optimized to make a decision whether you go Talrasha here or you go with the like skeletal shoulders for cheat death, right? Technically it'd be better optimized here, and you're so tanky. And on softcore, you can make those decisions for yourself. I have a lot of other options for you on the build. I'll show you that in a second. I just like the ease of use, man. I like to know that I can walk in and no matter what happens, I'm going to get one or the other, right? So they don't really work together. Well, I guess from 90% or whatever to 99%, you would get a double buff. So if you can somehow keep that, then you would get more, I guess. But we have dainties, we have unity, we have all kinds of. This is a pretty crazy tank build. Obviously, you got stone gauntlets, which every lawn build these days using stone gauntlets. Pretty insane. I got Parthens. Let's actually go into the options for you guys. These are my favorite skills with the build. We have Curse Scythe is your main DPS. This is what you're swinging away, swinging away. And then we have Power Shift. We're just tapping it to keep up our stack. It's really fast too. One thing I thought about too, like sometimes you shouldn't die to any Rift Guardian, but if I do get in trouble, I can stack Stricken from range, which might come in handy. Blight, Bone Spear, just to kind of fling it and pull mobs and let them follow you. And then Dislocation is your big stun to DPS during Poison Cycle COE. That's your only rotation, is to make sure you have all 5 stacks and to stun them on Poison Cycle. That's like literally, that's basically it. Let me zoom out a little bit. So here's the build right here. And then I have recommendations. So like the shoulders, I have the skeleton. You can go skeleton king shoulders, right? You can also drop Aquila. If you're on softcore, you might make a lot of these decisions specifically. But for me on hardcore, I'd probably go full god tank for a while and then slowly strip away once I hit a wall in progression. You can easily go Rasha over Aquila, right? You can go Nems instead of Parthens. These are all really good secondary choices for you. I wouldn't drop Stonies and Ice Climbers. The 250% armor is huge, right? I have all the stat priorities here for you. Witching Hour if you want more damage over Dainties. And then both of these are good. I like wearing the Ice Climbers because if you wear the Ice Climbers, you get 7 to 10% reduced damage from cold on top of everything else. And make sure your follower has Unity. I also like to use the Enchantress for the attack speed. The faster we're swinging, the more damage we're doing. I love it on the weapon as well. That's like a must, I'd say. Ledger's Disdain. And then this is the cube. And then, so Haunted Visions gives your simulacrums the full damage bonus. So make sure they're positioned properly. You want to maybe start paying attention to your simulacrums, make sure they're alive, make sure they're close to you, and make sure you're cleaving those elites down. You can find all the Necromancer builds on my website. I have the tier list, just ongoing tier list as things progress and change. You can find speed builds for it, all that stuff, bounty builds. And I might add some, like a speed version of this build in the future. So check back on the website for that. There's only 4 Necromancer Scythes, and there's only 4 Phylacteries. So if you just farm like low-level Torments and you get the Lod Gem early, right? You could probably do like a Lod start for the season. Like you can just roll for one-handed Scythes, and then you can roll for Phylacteries with your Blood Shards. You might be able to get into this build pretty quickly, and you might just go to a full Lod start early on, which would be kind of cool. For hardcore, I drop Eternal Torment, where your curses last forever. The curses last 30 seconds already. I feel like that's ample time, but you can swap things out however you choose to do so. You obviously want Grim Scythe damage on your belt, your pants, and your offhand. Don't forget the attack speed, so double main stat attack speed. All the stat priorities are on the build, but yeah, area damage is really good. You want to gather up the mobs and use that AD to your advantage. This has got to be the tankiest, most laziest build we've ever had in the game that could push this high. At least with Whirlwind Barb, you have to line up chains and manually cast Rend. So this might take the cake in our history as that build, right? This is like the Bone Storm. Remember the old Bone? This is like the old Bone Storm build with no Bone Storm. You're literally just swinging back and forth and wrecking face. This is gonna be my start next season. It's just too crazy to not play something. I guess it's gonna be like a legendary kind of start for necromancers, so I'm kind of just want to be part of that. It seems wild. I really waited so long to make this video because I thought it would get nerfed. I really thought, because the way it's worked forever, like we talked about, is you only get the damage when you restore your essence. So we used to have to use like Singularity in the build to dump our resource, right? But your simulacrums get the full bonus even when your resource is completely full. So, and that little damage loss from you is worth it because your simulacrums are hitting so damn hard. And like I said, you can min-max it and you can still run this method, and then you can still get the bonus from Volition Shoulders because you'll never be at full resource. You can still run this method and it does about, I think, 12% more damage. In the written guide, there's a link to the thread where they talk about it. And so you can get like around 12% more damage doing it the right way, but your overall effectiveness is lower because you're too busy dumping and repositioning, where the other person that was playing this way would just be swinging the entire time. So I think the uptime on damage will close the gap even further. And just for ease of use on hardcore and having that extra layer of tankiness, I'm going to go with this route. But like I said, I definitely am going to tweak it as the season progresses, like always. Anyway, like I said, if you guys need builds, I have a website, bloodshed.com. The link's in the description if you want more builds, starter builds. Everything's going to get funneled down here. So if you scroll down to Necro, I have the starter build down here. And yeah, I'm going to put the meta tier list on here, and everything like that is going to be on the site available for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support, all the likes, the patrons. Liz, new patron. Thank you, Liz, for that. Welcome. This is Bluddshed. I'm out of here. Peace.